Time to round up a big story from the week. The fight between the candidates for Texas governor is already getting a little nasty. This week, Attorney General Greg Abbot released an ad lambasting his Democratic rival Wendy Davis over a probe of her law firm by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The investigation by the FBI centers around work that the firm did for the North Texas Tollway Authority. Davis, so far, is not a direct target of the FBI probe. Could the investigation and the probe derail Davis's run? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you. You can weigh in on the Texas governor's race on our Fox 26 Facebook page, or you can always send me a tweet at Sally Mack, Fox 26. In our newsroom again, legal analyst Chris Tritico, news analyst Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst Jackie Valley. Good morning, guys. What do you think about this latest development, this latest ad?
Well, it's certainly not something that Wendy Davis wanted to have to talk about or defend. And to answer your question, could it derail her? Well, of course, if it gets big enough, it could derail anybody involved in something like that. You can look at the former presidential candidates who've been derailed by less than this, Mustafa Tamiz. Is this a real issue?
No, it's a manufactured issue because both the district attorney as well as the public integrity group has said that they've looked into it. There's nothing there. This was an allegation made during her last Senate campaign against from her challenger, and Greg Abbott just kind of taken the same stuff and put it on. Every press outlet that's reported on this, every single press outlet has said that there's nothing there. But he can make a television commercial and put it out there. It's a shame that as sitting attorney general that he would stoop to something like this.
So is Greg Abbott manufacturing something that's already been ruled upon?
Of course not. It's unethical. She's voting on legislation that impacts her clients. And the fact that the FBI is looking into it, it's been clear, they are looking into it. They have not said directly if she has been investigated yet because their probe has not been completed. But no, it's not manufactured. They are looking into it. She has voted on, in fact, one piece of legislation that impacted collection fees, and her firm was one of the firms that actually gets those fees. She voted on legislation to get funding for one of the projects that her firm worked for. So this is the same woman who said that, she tried to imply that she was pro-gun, even though we know she's not. She also tried to change her position on abortion, even though she became a national darling because she is very much pro-choice. So this woman always tries to shift depending on where the political wind is blowing. Very typical.
It's not this woman, it's Senator Wendy Davis, who's running for governor, and I think that the Attorney General, being an Attorney General, knows better. And the same thing can happen to him, what happened to the last guy that accused her of this, which is she beat him. And what's happening is that she's getting traction in the poll, she's raising more money than the Attorney General. He was anointed that he was going to win automatically just because he's the Republican state. Now that the winds are shifting that he may lose, he's stooping down to a lowest level that he's ever run.
All right, we're going to hang on. Hold on. I want to go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media. We better hurry, Sally.
All right, real quick, because I know Jackie's jumping at the bit there. Okay, some people saying they have not made up their minds yet on how they're going to vote. Others saying, hey, I'm for Abbott, I've made up my mind. And then a lot of people are saying, we want to look at this ad first and then decide before weighing in.
Well, if they're going to make their decision off of one ad, they were probably already made up their mind in the beginning. Don't you agree, Jackie Valley?
We already know who's going to be our next governor. It will be General Abbott. I don't know what polls he's looking at. He has a substantial lead ahead of her, and she's not going to catch up. Women are not fond of her. And Texas women were conservative. We're going to vote for General Abbott in droves. And the fact that she's raising money is because 93% of her dollars are coming outside of the state because the liberals want to see their liberal darling become the next governor. It's not going to happen in our state. General Abbott will be our next governor.
A lot of statements there that women do not support Wendy Davis, and that 93% of her money comes from out of state.
Neither are factual. I mean, look, we can keep saying untrue things and pretend that they'll become true, and that's not going to happen. His ad is an untrue ad. He can repeat it, play it over and over again. The only people who believe it are the ones that are voting for him already. Women voters are watching this campaign, and if he continues to malign her unfairly, if he continues to demean her character, that's going to have impact on the polls.
Facts. Facts. TPP, look up that poll. It shows that women do not look at her favorably. A larger percentage do not look at her. Yes, because we are Republican women. No, women as a whole, women voters. Also, Look at her financial disclosures. 93% of her dollars are coming outside of the state. That is a fact. Look it up. Pull it up. It's a fact.
I can pull it up, and if you look at General Abbott's money, it comes from few people that are rich, wealthy donors that
At least it's coming from Texas voters, not liberals who are trying to come into our state and determine who our next governor is going to be.
It is the number of donors that she has around the country, because she has caught the attention of the women across this country. So
but not our women.
Well, I know you keep saying that,
We're
but
going to have to
it's
leave it
the
right
Republican
there.
women.
I'm going to cut you off. I thought they were going to wrap, but they wouldn't, Sally, so I had to stop them.
They're going to be talking about it out the door today, I'm sure. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next Sunday. Have a great day.